Now that we've taken a look at how to use some of these more advanced tools, let's put these new tools to use and see what we can do with them. Let's open up the chapter project file. Now I have two project files in here. This is the one you want to use. This is the starting one. I've also saved a file of what it's going to be like once you complete this project. That way you can compare what you do to what I've done. So you have something to look at and you know you've done it correctly. So open up the chapter project advanced tools drawing file. And this is a simple file, but it's a very practical project. What we have here is an arc and two lines. Now, these lines represent a roadway center line, and we've been tasked with putting in traffic lights every 10 miles. And we're considering every unit to be a mile long in this case. So every 10 miles, we want to put a traffic light. Now, this block right here is going to represent our traffic light. It's just called box. We want to call it traffic light, so we're going to use the rename tool. We're going to use our measure and divide tools to evenly disperse these traffic light blocks across this line, but our line is incomplete. So we're going to use the join command and we're going to use the polyline edit command to create one object that we can use our measure and divide tool on. So this is something that if you do linear layouts like this, you'll use these types of tools quite often. So first, let's use the join command. Type in join, press enter, and select these two lines. Now they're coplanar and everything, it's going to work out fine. So just press enter. So now we have one great line. Now we're going to use the polyline edit tool. So type in pedit, press enter, type in the letter M for multiple because we want to select all these objects at one time. So we're going to pick our line and our arc. Once selected, press enter. And it's asking if we want to convert these to polylines. Yes, because that is kind of the whole point of what we're trying to do here. Say yes, press enter. And once you've done that, click the join option. So that will join both of these objects into one line. We're going to have a 0 fuzz factor distance. Press enter again. Now let's select this. Now we note our length is not an even length, but that's okay. But now we have the center line of what will be our road. And we want to insert the traffic block light. Well, this block is called box. We don't want to call it box. So we're going to use the rename command. So type in rename, go to your blocks options right here for your named objects, click on box, and let's rename it traffic light. Click OK. Now when we select this, we see the name of it is called traffic light. So that's correct. So we want to draw our traffic light or insert it every 10 feet. So the easiest way to do that is to use our measure command. So I come up here and we're going to go to measure, select this line, and we're going to type in the length of the segments, and that's going to be 10. Press enter. So now we know where our traffic light needs to go. So now we're going to use the copy command. Select this box, press enter, type in INS for insert, and then pick the box. So we're grabbing it from the insertion point of this block, which is right in the middle. Now we want it to snap to the end here. So you can type in END for end, and there it goes. And you can snap to a point. And by doing that, you use the NOD or the node option for O snaps. And when you do, you get a little glyph of a circle with a X through it. And you can keep doing that. If you have your running O snaps on like I do, you can automatically snap to node. And I have my node O snap on. Or you can just type in NOD every time, and that's fine. And I'm going to put one right at the end here, even though that's shorter than our 10 units, but that's okay. Now we need to do a little bit of cleanup. We need to get rid of our points. So I'm going to select everything because where are the points? They're really hard to get to. And I'm going to use my quick select feature. So I'm going to go through my current selection, but I'm going to filter the points. I'm just going to keep it at color equals by layer, and I'm going to include them. Click OK. There they are. And now I'm going to use my erase command. And I erased the points. The points are gone. I'm also going to erase that extra block right there. So we just used a lot of the tools that we just studied to create this basic layout to get a general idea of how many traffic lights we're going to need along this stretch of road. These could be bushes along a hedge line around your building. They could represent chairs in a room. They could be electrical outlets along a wall on a building that you're creating. It could be a lot of different things, but you get the general idea. So we've used a lot of these different tools that we've looked at in this chapter right here to do this little project. I hope you'll be able to find other ways to use these tools of selection, of joining, other manipulation in an advanced way in AutoCAD.